Hello everybody, this is
The Alvin and Gurmit Show! Tags! My name is Alvin.
Wow, my name is Gurmit Singh.
Oh wow, very good. And we hope to bring you some joy and some laughs with our funny experiences and stories.
And as promised, we bring you now part 2 of
Our First Jobs!
Hey everyone, it's time to have some fun. So come along, our journey's just begun. Funny stories that we'll share with you. Do all the things that we wanna do. So sit back, relax, and just go with the flow. It's the Alvin and Gurmit Show.
This is our continuing episode of Our First Jobs, right? Yeah, we were talking about our days in Haw Villa from the last episode.
Yeah.
And we were talking about this first show, major show from the days of our school days that we're actually doing on school stage, and we moved on to the big stage at the theme park, and that was at Haw Villa. And we did the show called We Are One. Yeah. And you know what's the wonderful thing about all these performers were all multi-talented, right? Because as I mentioned in the last episode, they had this audition of 100 over people, and out of those group, only 14 were selected, then including those who were already there.
Yeah.
So there was a very small...
20 of us. Maybe.
Yeah, about there, small group of us.
Yeah.
But we could do a lot of things, right? Multitasking kind of thing. We could do different roles. And the shows were like, I mean, for us, it was a step up to be able to do that, and we all moved as much as we can, and we actually did the show. And it was ahead of its time because it was like a musical. It's like a theme park show kind of thing that you see at the international theme parks around the world. And that was the standard that we were doing all the time.
And we were actually, I want to mention that the production really spent a lot of money there. For example, like the mascot costumes, they were not like, some kucing kurap shop made it together. They came from the States.
What is kucing kurap? Cheapo.
Cheapo. This came from the States. They were made in the States, designed and made in the States, and then flown over because it was really very, very nicely made. I mean, there was room there for a fan at the head, so you can get. But other than that, and then we actually followed the protocol that was followed in Disneyland. For example, like the character cannot be in the sun or outdoors for more than 30 minutes. 30 minutes finish, the handler must say, stop, done, bring him back to the room, disrobe, and then cool down.
Yeah, but I think there's a lot of flaws there because those were the standards that was in cooler temperate countries.
Yeah, right, right.
Their half an hour in the cool is our half an hour in the sun.
Yeah.
So, it was really tough doing a mascot. But we kept to the standards, like we never spoke when we wore costume.
Yeah.
We never took off our head in public that people can say, hey
boy, hello.
We never did that. And there were certain movements to be able to communicate with the body. Right? Certain signs.
With the handler, if there was emergency, we need to go, need to pee, we will tell the...
So we were very professional about it, and I think we all did a great job.
So in essence, I am sure you share this, that when we worked there, we felt we've made it. We are working in Asia's Disneyland.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That was how it was for us.
Correct. It wasn't just performing. In the morning before the show started, we had classes. So we had ballet classes every day, right? We had dance classes, which includes Chinese dance, hip hop, jazz, and vocal classes on certain days as well. We had all this training, and then we would go out to perform. So I've never done ballet in my whole life, and then we were like in our early 20s, mid-20s, and that's when we started doing ballet. So it's like really
late
adult ballet. Yeah. But I had muscles I never knew existed on my legs. Ballet is a lot of leg movement. I thought, wow, I got muscles here I've never seen before. It's like, amazing, right? Yeah. So that was fantastic training for all of us as a base for us to do more things.
I remember we were doing Chinese dance, and Lao Shi was teaching us how to walk like a general.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you just think walk proud, but no, there's an art to it. There's a skill to it.
There's a certain technique to walking that way in the Chinese form of movement.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was very interesting. We learned a lot. I think for me, I learned a lot during my Hoppa days. But besides doing the We Are One show, we also did other stuff, right?
Yes.
So did you do park walks? Tell us about park walks.
I did park walks because all of us were required to job rotate in a sense, do different stations, and different stations they require different skills, whether it's acting or singing or dancing or not moving at all.
Yeah.
So one of my characters was called Patient, as in P-E-I-S-H-E-N.
Yeah.
But it sounds like patient. It's very patient. Very slow. So my character is 400 years old. He's a mythological character in the park.
It's a made up,
right?
character.
So for me, I look like a worn out, dirty beggar.
Yeah.
So I get costume, which is all torn clothes and all that, torn shirt and
that was
bottom.
easy.
Yeah. And then I had to go out and roll in the mud, roll in the sand, so I can get sand all over my face.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I had to.
Oh,
that was
I never see you do that.
I just go to the garden and go.
Okay, I never see you do that. Okay,
right. So like a dirty beggar, and then I'll go there, and my character's objective was to go to any of the statues, and then just sit next to it like that.
Wow. So you were a statue or among statues?
Yes. And then when people came to take picture, like let's see you come and sit next to me, right?
Okay.
Hey! Yeah, I get scared. So there was and my character was hunched over, and I walked very, very slowly. So what a normal walking person would take in 5 minutes took me 30 minutes.
Wow.
To walk to.
And that was your time to...
That was 1 week only. So I had to and because it's so laborious, right? When I got to my statue spot, I would stay there longer than usual because I was resting.
Right.
Because it's so tiring.
It's tiring to go slow.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
And then sometimes when I'm sitting there, right, people throw me ang pao because they think I'm a beggar. so there was a couple of times I got $2.
Speaking of ang pao,
yes,
I did a few park walks as the metal god.
Yeah.
Right. So I will do that very general kind of walking that you talked about. Then walk around like a boss, and then it was strange because some people they actually relate to all these elements.
Yeah.
The gods.
Sure.
They actually believe that such gods
Feng
exist.
Shui and stuff like that. Yeah.
So that's right, feng shui. So I would end up having people walk right in front of me, stop me, and then they will go on their knees and start praying to me.
Wow.
Yeah. And I was like, oh my God, they're praying to me on their knees. What do I do? I mean, I felt so uncomfortable as myself.
Did they ask you for 14 number?
Yes. Sometimes I go 1, 2, 3, 4, but yeah. But no, the whole discomfort was as a person to have somebody on their knees and praying to you. Right. It felt really uncomfortable, but you have to keep in character because don't forget, you are a god, right? And they are praying to a god, so you just have to play that role and be honored that somebody is praying to you. And then you go like a boss, get up, that kind of thing. So, and then they'll give you ang pao. So okay, God take ang pao, okay? We were allowed to accept ang pao, but I think we put it in a potty for. Is it potty? It sounds wrong. In a pot.
Yes.
Put it in a pot, not potty. To share among, so maybe we buy snacks and whatnot for the pantry. Right? Yeah. So that was one character that I did, and the other, of course, mascot character. We walked around. Yeah. And then one of the interesting things, probably the perk about fun, whenever we had students, visitors from Japan.
Oh.
Yeah. And when we were wearing mascots, they would love...
Oh, they go crazy.
They go crazy, especially the young Japanese girls. Right?
Yes.
And from afar, they would shout, Kawaii! Right? And then all of them, like one whole class, they'll run towards the mascot.
For them, it's like they found Hello Kitty.
Yeah.
Or Pokemon.
Yeah, or Mickey Mouse,
Mickey Mouse, yes.
And then they'll just hug the mascot, and then they'll just stand there, and then you can't do anything because they're all hugging you, right? And you'll just stand there, and then they'll take photographs, and then the peace thingy. That was super fun.
On top of that, we also had another station. It was called the Four Seasons Theatre.
Four Seasons Theatre.
And this was very interesting because we dressed up as the Four Seasons: spring, summer, autumn, and winter.
Yeah, we're basically storytellers.
Yes.
Yeah.
But it was very interactive because we would call everybody back then to come sit around because it was a round amphitheater where everybody could see each other. And we get them to sit down, but we also got them to interact in the story, be part of the story.
It seats about maybe 200 people or something like that.
Yeah,
something like that. And then we would tell a story, and as we tell a story, there were characters in the story which were done by guests.
Yeah.
Right?
And this was an interesting station because it kept you on your toes. There was a structure to the story, but based on how we interacted with the participants, we had to come in there, crack a joke, and make a wisecrack.
It has to be really on the spot thinking. You had to be really spontaneous, right? And then you never know what the audience members will do. Right? They will just do something funny or something odd, and then you just have to react to it straight away.
And the danger is that if you pick somebody who turns out to be not good for the role because they're spoiling the story, because they're not funny, they're not participative, they're not very spontaneous, then it's our job to make it even better.
Correct. Right. But most of the time, we get it right because we learn body language, how to spot a person who may be willing to or maybe quite fun to work with, and then they'll be doing a great job for the show.
Yeah, so that was quite interesting. We suddenly became like body language detectives.
I think what is important is we learned how to do it.
Yeah,
the learning process, reading people's body language, whether they are going to, which helped us as a host, as an MC. Sometimes when you're going to get a crowd member to come on stage to do something, you know that person would be a great choice to come. So that helped with our career as a host. Right. So that was good. So moving on, I had the opportunity as well to move on from not just being a performer, but to also produce music, because music is something that I love.
Runs in its blood. When he pees, there are music notes.
There's a tune. I always love writing songs. But my problem is I've never had any formal education in music. I only have ABRSM Grade 1 theory, which was forced upon us to take during our Haw Villa days. We had to take. And I scored a distinction, of course, but that was like kindergarten standard. So then our manager said, "Hey, look, you seem to like to write songs and all that. Would you like to try writing songs?" I thought, wow, great opportunity. But later on, I found out I saved them a lot of money. I appreciate the opportunity. So I took it on, and one of the first projects or production that I got involved in was to produce the next Jazzo and Friends show, right? So I took it on, write the script out, and then write the songs, arrange the music. Fellow colleagues chipped in, everybody had voices and roles to play, and then that show took on the next generation of the shows. And I think it visited schools as well along the way. So that was a great opportunity. But the next level that we were involved in was to do this other show called Bandits of Tiger Mountain.
Ooh, fun show.
It was a show about a group of bandits who live in this mountain called Tiger Mountain.
Therefore, we are called Tiger Bandits.
And he was the
chief bandit.
Tiger Head. He was the Tiger Head.
Tiger Head.
Yeah. And then there was 3 other bandits: Tiger Tail, Tiger Mouth, and Tiger Claw. Wow, my memory serves me well. Wow, fantastic, right? Still working.
Eating. Yeah. These Tiger Bandits would rob anybody who comes through his passage.
That's right. And then we had the other part of the cast was so-called the hero.
Yeah.
There was hero, and then there was a sidekick, and I was the sidekick.
You were the sidekick.
And then there was another maiden, a damsel in distress, right?
Yes.
And the damsel was actually kidnapped by the bandits. And then there's this hero and the sidekick both. Well, they got lost actually, and then they found their way to Tiger Mountain, and they eventually saved the maiden. And there was a big fight. It was a funny fight.
Big fight, and then there was drum.
There was a drum playing.
We were actually taught to play the drums. Correct. You didn't have to learn much because you already knew to play fine.
Yeah, it took me a shorter time to learn because there was a certain technique to Chinese drums, because we had to also perform the lion dance show.
Right.
Yeah. So I think most of the time you hosted the show, and you also played, you did the lion as well.
The lion itself. So we were trained by the pugilists, which was great because the pugilists also came to us to learn about jazz, and it was very awkward. Yeah. But we also came to their rehearsals and their training, and we learned lion dancing. Not line dancing, but lion, right?
Yeah.
So I was the lion backside. because the backside is the best part. The backside is the meatiest, juiciest. The backside is the one who carries the guy onto his shoulder and all that kind of thing. Which was great because the front had to be a lighter guy, smaller frame guy.
Yeah, that's right. Although I learned how to do the lion dance, I never performed as a lion.
No.
I never performed because there was always a shortage of the drummer.
The musicians, right? Because there was a drummer,
the main,
and the two cymbalists.
Yeah, the cymbals. So the main taku, the big drum, I picked it up from the pugilist as well, and because I'm musically inclined, I picked it up very fast. So I was always playing the drum like that. But it was fun because I learned how to appreciate lion dance a lot more,
right?
Because of that. Right? So we did the lion dance show. But one thing that I really enjoyed learning was doing stilt walking.
Oh man, that was scary.
Yeah.
Because you think you look at that, it's only about so high only, right? But when you're on it, different story, because you know if you fall face down, it's really from a way up.
The stilt was like a meter plus height, you know,
Yeah.
and then you put it tied on both legs.
Oh, do you remember for Chinese New Year?
Oh.
We were given an extra training, which was that we walk out as stilt walkers. Yes, by then we were quite able. But for Chinese New Year, for them to give you ang pao, we were trained to go down on our back, flip back, and pick up the ang pao from the floor on our stilts.
Yes. That was really tough.
Scary Mary.
You need a lot of muscle energy to pull yourself up and the
balance, the tipping point.
Correct. But I learned a lot from stilt walking about life, you know.
Wow.
Because I realized that in stilt walking as in life, when you wear the stilts, right, you must constantly be in motion.
Oh yeah, you can't stand still.
You cannot stand still because the 2 points, you will fall either backwards or front.
Yeah.
Right? But as long as you can counter your balance, you would always stay up. It's scary because you're actually only on 2 small points, right?
Yeah.
On a stilt.
Yeah.
But as long as you can counter your balance and keep moving your stilt, you won't fall.
So how does that teach you about life?
So in life, we must never keep still. We must always move, whether front or take a step back or move to the side, whichever way, but never keep still, because if you keep still, you will fall.
This is like a good little video for the seniors.
Yeah,
The government can use, you know.
Yeah.
Even though you're a senior citizen, keep moving.
You can pay us
Keep
for the
learning.
show, no
Thank
problem.
you.
Yeah, you
Call
can
us.
sponsor. Yep. So that is the end of this episode of our days in Haw Villa, which is our first jobs.
Wow. Yeah. Finally, we finished part 2.
Yes. Hey, we've come to the end of this episode.
Yes.
Thank you so much for watching.
Thank you.
And we really hope that you enjoyed the show.
And if you enjoyed the show, please like and subscribe.
And love us also.
Yes.
If you did enjoy the show, also like and subscribe. No problem. We don't mind, right?
We don't mind haters.
It's okay, right?
Haters also we take.
We love the haters.
Yeah. We embrace haters.
Embrace.
So before we go, here's our closing tagline.
Yes. People say that nothing is impossible.
We disagree. Because we do nothing every day.
It's possible, right? Possible. Yeah, good. Yeah.
Okay, watch. Okay, we do nothing. Watch.
It's the Alvin